Has a DWP debt management letter landed on your doormat unexpectedly? Don't let the bold red writing scare you. I'll talk you through how to handle it. Unfortunately, this isn't a letter that you can ignore. DWP stands for Department for Work and Pensions. They have a debt management department that recover overpaid benefits. There are a number of reasons that you might have heard from them, like if you had an advance on your benefits or a budgeting loan and the government didn't charge you any interest on the loan. It might be that your situation's changed and you've received benefits that you weren't eligible for anymore. You might have given incorrect information, or DWP might have paid you by accident. What you need to do first is find out if everything on that letter is correct. The DWP can make mistakes, so you don't want to pay it if you don't have to. The best thing to do is pick up the phone and make sure that all the details are correct. Get them to talk you through exactly what's happened. It's also worth knowing that if it's over 6 years ago since they overpaid you, they can't legally take you to court because it's statute barred. That basically means their time to retrieve the money through the court. If the details on your letter are correct and you do owe them money and you're worrying because you can't afford it, then communicate that to them. DWP can't make you overpay if you can't manage it, so be open about your outgoings. They will help come up with a solution to make the repayments. If you ignore the DWP letter, there will be consequences because it's money owed to the government. They can take court action and send bailiffs to your house, or even issue a direct earnings attachment. That's where they take money directly from your paycheck. If it does go to court, you could end up with a county court judgment, which would affect your credit rating, making it tough to get things like loans, mortgages, and credit cards. If you're already struggling financially and this has created another layer of debt, then there are solutions that could help you. I'll run through them quickly here. Now, not all of these options will suit everyone, but there may be one or two that could work for you. So, first up, we've got debt management plans. Now, they're an informal agreement that you make with the creditors to pay back your debts at a lower, more affordable rate. Normally, that means paying less each month, but over a longer time frame. The catch is that you can't include all of your debts in a debt management plan. So credit card debt, personal loans and an overdraft, they can all go in, but court fines and mortgage arrears, they sadly can't be part of it. Next is debt relief orders, and that freezes your debt payments for a full year, and then if your situation hasn't changed after 12 months and the debt's written off. So you make no payments towards a debt in the 12 months and interest isn't added. Pretty good, right? Sadly, debt relief orders have strict eligibility. So, for example, you can't own anything of significant value like a house, and you can't have more than £2,000 in savings. Another option is offering a final settlement. If you happen to have access to a large lump sum, then you can offer that to the debt collectors or the creditors that they work for. It might not be for the full amount that you owe, but sometimes they'll be willing to write off the remaining debt because it'll be saving them time chasing you down for payments each month. Unfortunately, getting your final settlement offer agreed might not be that simple, and your creditor could just simply refuse. Individual voluntary arrangements are another way to deal with debt collectors. It's a formal agreement between you and your creditors to reduce your payments to one simple payment each month. It lasts for 5 years, and then at the end, any remaining debt's written off. Again, like with all these options, there are catches. So IVAs are legally binding, so you need to keep up with the payments that you agree to in the terms, otherwise you could be back to square one. Bankruptcy is probably the most famous option. You may already know, but with bankruptcy, all your assets are reviewed and some may be sold off to pay back your debt. After a year, any remaining debt will be written off. Of course, bankruptcies have some obvious downsides, mainly that some of your belongings may be sold to pay for your debt and your credit score will become very low. Paying back your debts, whether in full or using a method that I mentioned earlier, will make sure that you keep the debt collectors at bay. One simple step that you could take today is to find out if any of the debt solutions that I mentioned could work for you. In the description of this video, I've linked to a form on my new website. It's got a few multiple choice questions like how much debt do you owe and how many people do you owe? At the end of the form, it'll connect you to a company that I've partnered with to provide you with all the information that you need about debt solutions that are available. So click the link below, go and check it out and let me know how you get on.